Can you still fast if you have an ulcer? Or are you just asking for more pain, discomfort, and a major setback for your health journey? Fasting is a powerful tool for metabolic flexibility, digestive reset, and even longevity. But if you are living with the daily reality of an ulcer or even chronic acid issues, you cannot approach fasting as someone with a perfectly healthy gut. In fact, doing so could be detrimental to your health. Welcome to the channel. Today we are diving deep into a question from one of you that struck a chord. How about one suffering from an ulcer when it comes to fasting? What kind of intermittent fasting do you recommend? I absolutely love when you all drop some questions like this because it tells me that you are not just looking for quick fixes, that you are also thinking deeply. You are listening to your body and you are taking your health seriously. So buckle up because today we are not just talking about if you can fast, but how can you incorporate gentle healing principles that honors your body's current state. We will also explore exactly what is an ulcer, why typical fasting might be problematic, and most importantly, the safe and effective strategies you can use to still tap into the benefits of mindful eating patterns. Before we get into the specifics about ulcers, let's quickly recalibrate on what is intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is a diet, it's an eating pattern that cycles between periods of voluntary eating and non-eating or fasting. It is about when you eat, not necessarily what you eat, though, as we will discuss, what you eat becomes critically important when managing an ulcer. The most popular methods you hear about are 16-8 method. This is where you fast 16 hours and have an 8-hour eating window. For example, skipping breakfast and eating between 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. OMAD method is a 1 meal a day method, an even more restrictive approach where you consume all your daily calories in one single large meal. 12-12 methods, this is often considered the most gentle entry point, with a 12 hours fasting and 12 hours eating window. Alternative day fasting is where you eat every other day or significantly reducing calories on fasting days. Now, why has intermittent fasting gained so much traction? The documented benefits are compelling. They are the following: digestive reset and repair. Giving your gut a break allows it to focus on repair and maintenance rather than constant digestion. Improve insulin sensitivity by reducing the frequency of insulin spikes. Intermittent fasting can help your body become more efficient at managing your blood sugar, which is crucial for your overall metabolic health and can contribute to fat loss. Next one is fat loss. When your body is not constantly processing incoming food, it can tap into stored fat for energy. Mental clarity is my next one. Many report, including myself, enhanced focus and cognitive function during fasting periods, often attributed to increased brain-derived neurotrophic factors, BDNF. Cellular autophagy and longevity also happened. This is perhaps one of the most exciting benefits. Autophagy is your body's cellular cleanup crew where old damaged cells are recycled and replaced with new, healthier ones. It is a natural process that gets a significant boost during fasting, potentially contributing to increased longevity. Think of fasting like giving your digestive system a much-needed lunch break. Imagine your stomach, intestine, and liver as diligent employees working tirelessly around the clock. If they are constantly being fed, they never get a true pause to clean, repair, and rest. So a fasting window provides that essential downtime. But here is a crucial caveat, especially for us today. If your employee, your stomach is already injured, inflamed, or carrying an open wound, like in the case of an ulcer, asking it to work longer shifts without food, or even worse, to endure a long period of emptiness that can exacerbate acid buildup, is likely asking a construction worker with a twisted ankle to run a marathon. In this case, you are not just risking discomfort, you are actually risking further injury and delaying the healing process. So this distinction is paramount and is why a blanket approach to intermittent fasting with an ulcer is simply not advisable. So what exactly is an ulcer? Medically speaking, A peptic ulcer is an open sore that develops on the lining of your stomach, the upper part of the small intestine, the duodenum, or sometimes the esophagus. It is not just a minor irritation, it is a wound that can cause significant pain and complications if left unaddressed. Now, let's break down the common culprits behind these painful sores. Number one is H. pylori bacteria. This is by far the most common cause. Helicobacter pylori is a type of bacteria that can live in the digestive tract, and for many, it does not cause any problem. But for others, it can inflame the stomach lining and lead to ulcers. A 2017 meta-analysis published in the journal Gastroenterology estimated that H. pylori infection is responsible for about 80 to 90% of duodenal ulcers and 70 to 80% gastric ulcers. This tiny organism is a big deal. The next common reason is the use of NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. So medications like aspirin, ibuprofen, think Advil or Motrin, and naproxen, Aleve, are fantastic for pain relief and inflammation. However, chronic or high-dose use can irritate and erode the stomach lining, making it vulnerable to acid and leading to ulcers. That inhibits your body's ability to produce prostaglandins, which are compounds that protect the stomach lining from acid. Next on the list is stress and poor lifestyle habits. While stress doesn't cause ulcers directly, it can certainly exacerbate symptoms and hinder healing. Chronic stress can alter gut motility, increasing your stomach acid production and reduce blood flow in the stomach lining, making it more susceptible to damage. Smoking and excessive alcohol consumption can also significantly increase your risk of developing ulcers and can impede their healing. Next is acid imbalance and hyperacidity. Your stomach naturally produces hydrochloric acid to break down food and kill bacteria. This acid is incredibly strong. Normally, your stomach lining has protective layers of mucus and bicarbonate to shield it. Now, the following symptoms can be experienced. Burning pain, often felt between your breastbone and belly button, typically worse when your stomach is empty and relieved by food or antacids. Nausea and vomiting, bloating and fullness, heartburn or reflux. Food aversions or loss of appetite, dark or tarry stool, a sign of bleeding or vomiting, blood. Seek immediate medical attention if this occurs to you. Important insight is that this is the critical point for our discussion today. When your stomach is empty for prolonged periods, especially in someone prone to ulcers, stomach acid continues to be produced. This acid has nothing to act on, so it begins to irritate the already compromised, vulnerable lining of your stomach. Think of it like this. Acid plus an already sore, open wound in your stomach is equal to more pain, more inflammation, and certainly not healing result. A pH meter might show you that your stomach acid levels drop and rise, but during fasting there's no buffer. This is why aggressive, prolonged fasting methods with an ulcer are often counterproductive and can significantly worsen your condition. Given what we now understand about ulcers and stomach acid, it is clear that a one-size-fits-all approach to intermittent fasting simply does not work. But that does not mean that you are excluded from all the benefits of mindful eating patterns. In fact, gentle strategic fasting can be a powerful tool for your gut healing. We are just shifting the focus from extreme metabolic stress to gentle digestive rest. Here are the best, safest options I would recommend if you're navigating an ulcer. But before you do anything, please check with your doctor before you make any changes, okay? The 12-12 or 10-14 method, your gentle getaway. This is your starting point. With a 12-12 schedule, you have a 12-hour eating window and a 12-hour fasting window. For example, finishing dinner by 7 p.m. and not eating again until 7 a.m. the next morning. The 10-14 method is even more forgiving, allowing a 14-hour eating window and 10-hour fasting window. How can this help? This gentle window is often short enough to give your gut a significant break without triggering excessive acid buildup. It allows also your digestive system to truly rest and initiate repair processes, and is still helping with insulin sensitivity and weight balance by naturally reducing late night snacking. You are essentially just avoiding late night eating and long empty gaps that can cause trouble. I have an example for you. I will use a different name, so for privacy reason. All right, let's meet my friend Sarah. She's a 45-year-old marketing manager. She has been suffering from recurring stomach pain and was diagnosed with a mild duodenal ulcer. She was intrigued by intermittent fasting for weight management but terrified of worsening her symptoms. We started her on strict 12-12 schedule, ensuring her last meal was no later than 7 p.m. Within 2 weeks, she reported a significant reduced nighttime reflux and found her morning pain was almost non-existent. She wasn't starving and her stomach felt calmer. This allowed her body to start healing without the constant stress of digestion or the irritation of prolonged emptiness. 2 is the circadian rhythm fasting, eating with the sun. This is not just about when you start and stop eating. It is about aligning your eating patterns with your body's natural internal clock or circadian rhythm. Our digestive system is more active and efficient during daylight hours. Now, how can this help? The core principle here is to finish your last meal of the day several hours before bed, ideally before 7 p.m. This ensures that your body is not trying to digest a heavy meal while you are trying to sleep, which can exacerbate reflux and acid issues. So avoiding food 2 to 3 hours before bed will allow your digestive system to truly wind down, promoting natural healing and reducing nocturnal acid secretion. This is a natural boost for your gut healing. Number 3 is the bone broth fast. Under supervision, obviously. It is not a true 0-calorie water fast, but is a powerful gut healing tool that can be used for short-term resets if your ulcer symptoms are flaring. Okay? So you definitely want to check with your doctor before you make any changes. This also can have high-quality bone broth because high-quality bone broth is rich in glutamine and other amino acids that are incredibly soothing and restorative for the gut lining. So it is like a warm hug to your stomach. It provides easily digestible nutrients without taxing the digestive system. You can sip on warm bone broth during your fasting window and use it for a short day-long bone broth fast to give your gut a deep rest reset. Now let's talk about what to avoid. Just as important as knowing what to do is knowing what to avoid. These are the fasting pitfalls that can significantly worsen your ulcer symptoms and delay your healing. The no-no is OMAD method, the 16-8 method of prolonged fast without medical supervision. These popular methods often involve longer fasting windows, 16 plus hours, where your stomach remains empty for extended periods. As we discussed earlier, this allows stomach acid to build up and irritate the ulcer, leading to increased pain, inflammation, and potential further damage. Unless specifically advised and monitored by a doctor, a qualified practitioner who understands your specific ulcer condition, steer clear of this. Number 2 is coffee. Any caffeinated beverages on an empty stomach or the morning coffee ritual, for many, it is a non-negotiable. However, coffee is highly acidic and can stimulate increased stomach acid production. Drinking it on an empty stomach when you have an ulcer is like pouring gasoline on fire. It bypasses any food buffers and directly irritates the already compromised lining of your stomach. So you don't want to do that. Studies have shown that coffee significantly increases gastric acid secretion with effects lasting for hours. Even decaf coffee can have this effect as well, though to a lesser extent, due to other compounds, obviously. So doing OMAD with an ulcer is like trying to run a marathon with a twisted ankle. You can push through, but at what cost to your body, your pain levels, and your long-term healing? You are not being tough. You are actively hindering your recovering process. So let the body heal first, then train for the marathon of more aggressive fasting if that is your goal. Number 3 to avoid is highly acidic or spicy foods during fasting windows or in general. Even during your eating windows, and especially if you're experiencing active symptoms, you need to be incredibly mindful of your food choices. This includes citrus fruits and juices like lemon, orange, grapefruit, tomatoes, and tomato-based products, sauces, ketchup, vinegar, spicy peppers, hot sauce, and highly seasoned dishes, carbonated beverages. These foods can directly irritate the ulcer or stimulate excessive acid production, making your healing journey much harder. Number 4, high stress fasting. Emotional plus physical stress. Stress, as we noted, is a major exacerbator of ulcers. Trying to force a fasting routine, especially a challenging one, when you are already under significant emotional or physical stress, for example, lack of sleep, intense exercise, high pressure job, can be detrimental. Your body perceives prolonged fasting as a stressor, and if combined with existing stress, it can lead to increased cortisol levels, which in turn can worsen ulcer symptoms and slow healing. I have a case study for you. Mark, a self-employed graphic designer, was dealing with both a stomach ulcer and the immense pressure of launching a new business. He tried to do 16/8 fasting because he heard it was good for productivity. However, the hunger combined with his already high stress levels left him irritable, sleepless, and his ulcer pain flared dramatically. We shifted him to 12-12 schedule, focusing more on stress reduction techniques like daily walks and meditation, and his symptoms began to subside, allowing him to be more productive in his work. Fasting, even gentle fasting, is just one piece of the puzzle. True ulcer healing requires a holistic approach. Here are 5 crucial habits to integrate that will amplify the benefits of your gentle fasting strategy. You want to use the morning soothers. Nurture your empty stomach. Instead of coffee, start your day with something incredibly soothing and protective. Warm water with a spoonful of raw honey. Honey has antimicrobial properties and can help coat and soothe the stomach lining. You can find excellent raw honey, local honey at farmers market, or consider Manuka honey, available on Amazon for its potent healing properties, though it is pricier. Next is herbal teas, specifically those known for their gut healing properties. My top recommendations are chamomile. They are soothing and reduce inflammation. Next is slippery elm bark. Forms a protective layer coating the stomach. Look for a traditional medicinal organic one available potentially on Amazon, and I'll put some link in the description below. My next on the list is marshmallow root. Similar to slippery elm, is highly recommended for his soothing properties. Next on the list is aloe vera juice. If your doctor approves, this can be incredibly calming and healing. Ensure it's food grade, decolorized, and specifically for internal use. I recommend Lily of the Desert Organic Aloe Vera Juice. I'll put the link in the description. Also save food, your gut best friend. During your eating windows, prioritize foods that are easy to digest, not acidic, and promote healing. Think soft, bland, and nutrient dense. The next list is bananas, natural antioxidant properties. Oatmeal, the soft soluble fiber and very soothing. Leafy greens and steamed vegetables, cook until tender, easy to digest. Bone broth has collagen and can help repair that ulcer in the stomach and repair the gut lining. Soft cooked food and sweet potatoes are great. Papaya contains enzymes that aid digestion and can reduce inflammation. Lean proteins like baked chicken or fish prepared very simply. You want to avoid the following: fried foods, high fat foods, processed snacks, artificial sweeteners, and anything that makes you feel acidic or bloated. Mindful meal timing is your next practice. Don't starve your ulcers even within your gentle eating window. Be very strategic. A small, easy to digest breakfast. Don't wait until you are so hungry, right? A soft boiled egg with a slice of gluten-free toast or a small bowl of oatmeal can set your day up for success. So don't go for more than 4 to 5 hours between meals. If your symptoms are active, smaller, more frequent meals can help keep your stomach acid buffered and prevent it from accumulating. Listen to your body. If you start feeling that yawning pain, it is a sign that your stomach needs something gentle to work on. Proactive stress management is key. Your gut and your brain are closely connected. So managing stress is not just good for your mind, it is critical for ulcer healing as well. You want to practice some deep breathing exercise. Even 5 minutes of mindful belly breathing can activate your parasympathetic rest and digest nervous system. So gentle movement like walking, gentle yoga, and stretching, and try to avoid high intensity exercise that might add physical stress. So expressing your emotion also is key. Ulcers can sometimes be the physical manifestation of suppressed stress or emotions. So find a healthy outlet, journaling, talking to a trusted friend or a therapist, or having some creative expressions. I will link some of my recommendations in the description box. Under your doctor's approval, you want to have some targeted supplements. While diet and lifestyle are foundational, certain supplements can actually offer targeted support for your ulcer healing. So always consult with your doctor or a qualified healthcare practitioner before adding any supplements, especially if you are on medication. Some few recommendations that come to my mind is zinc, carnosine, L-glutamine, probiotics, DGL, and few of them more, but consult with your doctor. Now you might be wondering, when can I try some of those longer fasting windows? The answer is after significant gut healing has begun and you are consistently symptom-free for a sustained period. This is not a race. You need to be patient. Healing can take time, weeks or even months of consistent gentle care. So slowly increase your fasting window once your doctor gives you the green light and you have been, symptom-free for a while. You can very gradually experiment. So start by extending 12-12 to 13-11, then perhaps 14-10. Always monitor your symptoms though. And if any pain or discomfort returns, hold back immediately. Work with your practitioner. This is very important. A nutritionist, dietitian, or a naturopathic doctor can help you safely navigate this transition, help you monitor your symptoms, and provide personalized guidance. They can help you identify if you're ready or how to slowly progress. Fasting is a long-term tool for health, not a punishment or a deprivation. If your body is trying to heal a wound, pushing harder is not being disciplined, it's being unwise. You are not behind. You are being wise and compassionate with your unique healing journey. This journey may look different online, and that is perfectly okay. It is your journey. If you've been beating yourself up because you can't fast like the guru says, because you've been trying and it caused you pain, just stop right now. Your healing journey is valid, unique, and it will look different if you are navigating an ulcer or having a sensitive digestion. Honor it. Be kind to your body. Listen to the whispers, not just the shouts. Remember, the goal is not just to fast. It is to heal, to thrive, and to create a sustainable path to wellness that genuinely supports your body's need. And if you are navigating ulcers, reflux, or having a sensitive digestion, I want to hear from you. What is working for you? What questions do you still have? Your experience can help someone else in this community. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. And obviously next week will be epic. So be on the lookout for it. Thank you for spending this time with me and to honor your health and stay safe. Until then, see you next time.